Hi, K-pop lovers. Welcome back to our channel. Hey Blinks, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, please hit that subscribe button right now and smash that like button before we even get started, because what you're about to hear is going to absolutely blow your mind. And make sure you comment down below and tell us, if you were a Blink, how far would you go to show Blackpink your love? Because after watching this video, your answer might completely change. Let's get into it. We all know Blinks are legendary. We all know that Blackpink's fanbase is one of the most passionate, most dedicated, and most organized communities in the entire music industry. But today we're not just talking about streaming parties or buying albums in bulk to boost chart positions. Today we're talking about the jaw-dropping, absolutely next-level things that Blinks have spent their time, energy, and very real, very significant amounts of money on to show Blackpink just how much they mean to them. And trust me, by the time we get to the third story in this video, your jaw is going to be on the floor. So stay with me. Let's set the stage first, because you need to understand the kind of group we're talking about before you can fully appreciate the kind of fans they've built. Blackpink's Born Pink World Tour ran from October 2022 to September 2023, comprising 66 concerts in 22 countries, was attended by 1.8 million people, making it the most attended concert tour by a K-pop girl group, and grossed a worldwide total of $330 million, breaking the record for the highest-grossing concert tour by a female group and Asian artist in history at the time. Walmart let that sink in. $330 million from a single tour. And then, as if that wasn't enough, in 2025 they came back. Their Deadline World Tour, marketed as their first all-stadium tour, commenced on July 5, 2025, at Goyang Stadium in South Korea and concluded on January 26, 2026, at Kai Tak Stadium in Hong Kong. Wikipedia. And during that tour, Blackpink made history as the first girl group to ever perform at London's iconic Wembley Stadium, joining the ranks of legendary artists like Michael Jackson, Taylor Swift, BTS, and Oasis, performing in front of nearly 78,000 fans each night. Billboard. This is the group we're talking about. And the fans who love them? They match that energy completely. Sometimes they even exceed it. So let's start with something that seems small at first but is actually massive when you understand the full picture. You know those iconic hammer-shaped light sticks that turn Blackpink concerts into a sea of glowing pink? The visual hallmark of a Blackpink concert is the pink ocean, a phenomenon where thousands of light sticks are synchronized via central control to create waves of pink light, most notably documented during their 2019 Coachella performance, where Blackpink became the first K-pop girl group to headline the festival, and their 2023 headlining set at BST Hyde Park. YG Life. Now here's the thing about those light sticks, every single one of them was purchased by a fan. Every single pink wave you see in those concert videos represents a person who made a deliberate choice to spend their money, show up, and be part of something bigger than themselves. When you're looking at a stadium of 78,000 fans all glowing pink at Wembley, you're not just looking at a concert, you're looking at tens of thousands of individual acts of devotion, all happening simultaneously. That's already extraordinary. But we're just getting started. Now here is something that reveals a completely different dimension of Blink fan culture, the fan support projects. In K-pop, fan projects are a well-established tradition where organized groups of fans pool their resources to create gifts, events, or experiences that honor their idols. But Blinks have taken this to an entirely different level. During the Born Pink World Tour, fanbases organized fan support events including massive LED billboards in Times Square, customized airplane banners, and coordinated pink oceans created by synchronized light sticks. YG Life. Think about the logistics of that for a moment. Renting digital billboard space in Times Square in New York City, one of the most expensive advertising real estate locations in the entire world, just to celebrate a K-pop group's world tour. That's not something you do casually. That takes months of planning, international coordination across multiple time zones, and thousands of dollars pooled together from fans who have never even met each other in person, united by a shared love for 4 women from Seoul. And keep watching, because the rice wreath story is one that even longtime Blinks might not fully know the scale of. In Korean and broader East Asian fan culture, sending rice wreaths to an idol's concert is one of the most traditional and meaningful forms of fan support. The rice is typically donated to charity in the idol's name afterward, meaning the gift serves double purpose. It's both a public declaration of love and a contribution to the community. Now, most fan rice wreaths are maybe 50 or 100 kilograms. A generous one might be 200 kilograms. But when Blackpink held their concert in Seoul, China Blackpink Bar sent an 808-kilogram rice wreath donation as support. eBay 808 kilograms. That's nearly a full metric ton of rice, all organized and funded by Chinese Blinks coming together to make their love for Blackpink as visible and as impactful as physically possible. And they weren't the only ones. Chinese fan club Lisa Bar, the first fan club of Lisa in China, managed to set up a Lisa Lightbox advertisement in the subway station near the Blackpink concert venue in Seoul. eBay advertising space in a Seoul subway station, purchased by Chinese fans, for a concert happening in Korea. The geographical reach of Blink devotion is genuinely something that has no parallel in music. But wait, because this next part is the one that's going to make you stop and genuinely reconsider what it means to be a fan. And it involves Lisa. And it involves a school. Yes, you heard that right. For Lisa's birthday, Thai Blinks have frequently funded the construction of schools and libraries in rural provinces in her name. YG Life Real Schools. Permanent, physical buildings in rural Thailand that will educate children for generations, all built because fans wanted to honor Lisa's birthday in a way that matched the scale of what she means to them. The cost of constructing even a single school building in a rural province is not a small number. We're talking about projects that require coordinated fundraising, construction management, legal processes, and years of follow-through. And Blinks did this multiple times. Because to them, Lisa isn't just a performer, she's a reason to be better, to do more, to leave something real in the world. And while we're talking about Lisa and charitable giving, let's talk about what Lisa herself did in response to the love her fans show her, because this story reveals exactly why the relationship between Blackpink and Blinks is unlike any other artist-fan dynamic in music. Lisa hosted a flea market in Hanam-dong, Seoul, under the title, Welcome to Lisa's Closet, where she sold personal items including clothing, accessories, and beauty goods, with all proceeds donated to the global children's rights NGO Good Neighbors. Wikipedia: the donation funded a water and sanitation project in Niger, Africa, with Good Neighbors planning to install solar-powered systems, water tanks, and fountains in the Kola region, benefiting more than 6,800 residents and children. Wikipedia fans supported the event not just as consumers, but as participants in something meaningful. They didn't just buy a piece of Lisa's wardrobe, they paid for clean water access in Africa. That is what Blink fan culture looks like at its highest level. Now here is something that most people outside the fandom have never heard about, and it reveals just how organized, how strategic, and how collectively powerful Blinks truly are. Blinks are recognized for their coordinated digital streaming efforts, which have propelled Blackpink to become the most subscribed musical act on YouTube, surpassing 90 million subscribers by 2024, and the fandom was instrumental in achieving record-breaking 24-hour debut views for music videos like How You Like That, with 86.3 million views, and Pink Venom, with 90.4 million views. YG Life: these numbers didn't happen by accident. They happened because Blinks treated streaming like a collective mission, coordinating in real time across dozens of languages, dozens of time zones, dozens of countries, all to make sure Blackpink's music broke every record it possibly could on its first day of release. And in 2026, that energy reached an entirely new peak. Blackpink's EP, Deadline, released on February 27, 2026, broke the record for the highest first-day sales for a K-pop girl group in history, selling 1.46 million copies in its first day, and debuted at number 1 on the Circle album chart with 1.75 million copies sold in less than 2 days. Ticketmaster. But here's the thing that makes all of this even more striking, and it's something that Blackpink themselves made a deliberate and very public decision about. In October 2021, Blackpink officially announced they would no longer accept physical gifts from fans, asking Blinks to instead redirect the support and gifts they prepared to places in need or for good causes, specifying this policy applied to anniversaries, broadcasts, performances, and special holidays. K-profiles think about what that says about these 4 women. At the peak of their fame, surrounded by fans who were sending them luxury goods, designer dresses, and elaborate presents, Blackpink said, "We love you, but please give that to someone who needs it instead." Before that policy, Jennie had been spotted wearing a black and gray checkered dress from a Danish brand worth $285, which was a gift from her Chinese fans Boo, and countless other stories exist of the members genuinely treasuring the things fans sent them. But they chose to redirect that love outward, into the world. That decision tells you everything you need to know about why Blinks give the way they do. It's not transactional. It's not performative. When Blackpink's Chinese fans send 808 kilograms of rice to Seoul, they know that rice is going to feed people who are hungry. When Thai Blinks build a school in Lisa's name, they know those classrooms will still be standing long after any concert merch has worn out. When Lisa auctions her personal wardrobe and sends the money to install water systems in Niger, she's telling her fans, "What matters to me is not what you give me, it's what we can build together." And Blinks have responded to that message by giving at a level that genuinely changes lives. And now, in 2025 and 2026, as the Deadline World Tour travels across 3 continents, from Goyang Stadium to SoFi Stadium to Wembley to Tokyo Dome to Jakarta's Gelora Bung Karno Stadium, the gifts and fan projects keep coming. Banners, light installations, subway advertisements in cities where Blackpink is performing. Charity fundraisers launched in each city the tour visits. Blinks from the Philippines organizing massive support events ahead of the Philippine Arena show. Singapore fans pooling resources for coordinated fan projects at the National Stadium. And at every single stop, that sea of pink light sticks turning thousands of strangers into one unified, glowing community. So the next time someone asks you how much fans have spent on Blackpink, the honest answer isn't any single number. It's schools in rural Thailand. It's clean water in Niger. It's subway ads in Seoul from fans in China. It's 808 kilograms of rice. It's Times Square billboards. It's 1.8 million people at Born Pink. It's 78,000 people each night at Wembley. It's 1.46 million albums sold in a single day in February 2026. It's every streaming session, every charity donation, every fan project launched in a city Blackpink will never even see. The total isn't a number. It's a movement. And that, Blinks, is exactly what makes this fandom unlike anything else in the world. If you made it all the way to the end, thank you so much, it genuinely means the world. Don't forget to like this video if you were shocked by any of these stories, subscribe if you haven't already, and comment below with the fan project that impressed you the most. We read every single comment. See you in the next one, Blackpink forever. Sparkling Heart, Blackheart and Young.